Before I start, I want to say, if you enjoy real, raw stories like this, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you would handle a situation like this. It was supposed to be a simple office party, just a casual evening with colleagues, a few drinks, and a chance to relax after weeks of endless deadlines. My wife, Claire, worked at the same company, so she invited me along. I'd been hesitant at first. I knew she had a close relationship with her co-worker, Mark, but I had no reason to doubt her. At least, that's what I told myself. I was halfway through small talk with some co-workers when I saw her across the room, laughing a little too freely, her hand brushing against Mark's arm in a way that made my stomach tighten. I froze, suddenly aware of every sound, the clinking of glasses, the low hum of conversations, even the thud of my own heartbeat. I wanted to believe it was innocent. Maybe I was overreacting. But something about the way she leaned toward him, how his hand lingered on her back as they moved closer together, it felt like a line had already been crossed. Over the past few weeks, I had noticed subtle things. Texts she quickly hid when I entered the room. Phone calls she pretended were work-related but always ended with a hush. Late nights she called projects that somehow never seemed to involve her desk. I kept doubting myself. Maybe I was just being paranoid. Maybe it was my own insecurities making me see things that weren't there. But that night, watching them across the office, the doubts evaporated. Every laugh, every touch, every whispered word felt like betrayal. My chest tightened, my hands cold and clammy. I wanted to leave, to confront her immediately, but I stayed frozen, as if moving would make the illusion shatter entirely. Later, when she finally noticed me standing at the edge of the room, her face lit up with that familiar smile. "You're here," she said, walking toward me. But there was a hesitation in her eyes I couldn't ignore, a flicker of guilt or perhaps fear. "I thought we could enjoy tonight together," I said, trying to sound casual. My voice betrayed me anyway. She hesitated, brushing her hair behind her ear a little too slowly. "Of course, just a little busy catching up with Mark first." Her words hit me like ice. My heart sank, but I forced a smile, pretending I didn't notice, pretending I wasn't unraveling inside. The night wore on and my unease grew. I found myself checking my phone constantly, half hoping for some distraction, half fearing I'd get a message that would confirm my worst suspicions. And then it happened. Her phone buzzed on the table, a message preview showing Mark's name. I couldn't read it fully before she snatched it up, but the way she did it, so careful, so practiced, said everything I needed to know. I excused myself and went outside, trying to breathe, trying to steady the storm of emotions inside me. Confusion, anger, heartbreak. They all collided in my chest. I thought about all the mornings we had spent together, all the nights we laughed over silly jokes, all the moments I had believed were real. And now, in the blink of an eye, everything felt like it had been tainted. When she came out to find me, I didn't speak at first. I just watched her, noticing every small detail, the way her smile faltered, the way she avoided my gaze. She started, but I cut her off gently. "I saw enough tonight, Claire. I don't need explanations yet." Her shoulders slumped, and I could see the weight of guilt pressing down on her. I wanted to scream, to demand every truth at once. But I didn't. There was a quiet, suffocating sorrow in the air, a recognition that the line had been crossed, and that nothing could undo it. Over the next few days, the tension between us was unbearable. I replayed the night in my head endlessly, analyzing every word, every gesture. I confronted her finally, not with rage, but with a quiet determination. "Claire, you've crossed a line," I said, "and I need to know why." She admitted everything. The late nights, the hidden texts, the moments she thought she could keep separate from me. There was remorse in her voice, but there was also a stubborn insistence that her choices were hers alone, that she hadn't meant to hurt me in the way she did. I listened, and in that listening, I realized something important. Love alone couldn't repair this. Forgiveness wasn't a given. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do for yourself is to step away. The morning I decided to leave, I packed a small bag quietly, letting her sleep for a few extra minutes. I watched her face one last time, peaceful, unaware of the decision I had made, and felt a pang of sadness mixed with relief. I kissed her forehead softly, not in love, but in farewell. Walking out the door, I felt the weight of heartbreak and betrayal, but I also felt something else. Clarity, respect for myself, the knowledge that surviving betrayal doesn't mean forgetting. It means reclaiming your own life, your own dignity. Now, months later, I look back on that night with a mix of sorrow and gratitude. Sorrow for the love that had been fractured, but gratitude for the strength I found in letting go. I learned that pain can teach you lessons you never expected. Lessons about trust, self-respect, and the courage it takes to walk away when everything you thought was secure falls apart. If you stayed with me through this story, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. How would you handle betrayal like this? Your reflections help us explore the raw, real complexities of love, trust, and heartbreak together.